The Chinese Communist Party is highly ambitious when it comes to controlling the weather. In December, the Chinese State Council published a document entitled Opinions on Promoting the High-Quality Development of Artificially Influenced Weather. The goal is to improve the nation's artificially influenced weather system by 2025, which includes the ability to produce rain in nearly 60% of China's regions. But the weather, which the Chinese call the heaven, seems to be increasingly unwilling to satisfy the wishes of the CCP. Rainstorms, coupled with hailstones and strong winds, have ravaged many parts of China in the past few days, disrupting traffic and people's daily life in the affected regions. On Monday afternoon, the thunderstorm darkened the sky in a matter of seconds in Wuhan City, located in central China of Hubei province. The Hubei meteorological authorities issued more than 100 alerts for hail, rainstorms, gale, and thunder across the region.
天气就像傍晚的感觉，明明就2点多吧，确实蛮夸张的，像电影里面的那种大片，然后蛮震撼，有点吓人。
The heavy rain flooded some tunnels and roads in parts of the city and disrupted local traffic. As of 1500, 37 flights were delayed and 15 were cancelled at the Wuhan Tianhe International Airport, an air transport hub in central China. The airport resumed operation at around 1700. Severe convection weather, hail, thunderstorms, and short-term heavy rains occurred in several cities in Jiangxi province on Monday afternoon. At around 1600, a sudden hailstorm hit parts of Xinyu City, with the hailstones falling in diameters of 4 to 5 centimeters. A dozen minutes later, it cleared up. No casualties have been reported. Over the past 2 days, many places in southwest China's Guizhou province have also seen heavy rains and hailstorms. Disastrous convection weather, including thunderstorms, lightning storms, and strong winds, struck Baizhou City in the northeastern part of the province on Sunday afternoon. Over the past 2 days, many places in southwest China's Guizhou province have also seen heavy rains and hailstorms. Disastrous convection weather, including thunderstorms, lightning storms, and strong winds, struck Baizhou City in the northeastern part of the province on Sunday afternoon. Waterlogging occurred in some urban areas following the rains. The local meteorological department predicted that heavy rain would continue for the next few days. Lanqi City in East China's Zhejiang province suffered thunderstorms and heavy winds on the night of May 10, with the maximum wind speed at 103 to 117 kilometers per hour. Consequently, many trees along the roads got uprooted or broken off, blocking roads. The severe convective weather also damaged transformers and electrical wires and caused outages in some areas. Hailstones, with a maximum diameter of over 1 centimeter, hit cities of Qingdao and Yantai in East China's Shandong province. On Monday afternoon, a rainstorm coupled with hail battered Xinyang City of central China's Henan province, inundating many urban roads and trapping cars. The local authority has arranged rescue operations in the afflicted areas. This past April, the northern cities in China experienced several powerful dust storms. On April 25, Sunday afternoon, massive sandstorms swept across many areas of Akso-Right-Banner, the Inner Mongolia Autonomous Region of northern China. The sand wall stretched for hundreds of meters and enveloped the buildings of many cities, turning the sky into an apocalyptic yellow and deteriorating the air quality. The local meteorological authorities issued a yellow alert for sandstorms, noting that the sandy and dusty air could last until Monday morning. They also advised the public to take precautions against heavy winds and sandstorms and suggested drivers prepare for poor visibility. This year, Beijing was buried by sandstorms on April 15 and March 15, with the storm's intensity on March 15 being the most severe in the last decade of China's history. Earlier, in early March, the Communist Party held its 2 most important annual meetings, the National People's Congress and the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference. The entire sections were shrouded in gloom. The reason for such a severe smog phenomena in China has never been clearly identified. Chinese officials have explained that the smog in February resulted from firecrackers set off to celebrate the Chinese New Year and another festival called the Lantern Festival. But by the time the two meetings were held, it had been more than a week since the Lantern Festival. We have been in Beijing since we were children. When we were young, the sky was basically very blue here in Beijing, and we have seen it with our own eyes. Actually, for people in Beijing, as I said earlier, sometimes they get used to it, but in truth, we are still relatively resistant to this smog and the air pollution. Compared to last year's two sessions, heaven has given Beijing favorable treatment this time. On May 21 last year, the first day of the Communist Party's two sessions, the sky was full of anomalies. Beijing went from thunderstorms to heavy rain to the sudden darkness. The day was like night, accompanied by hail. Last June, the world was shocked by the floods that started in southern China, and many people were even worried that the floods would wash away China's Three Gorges Dam. Now that the rainy season is about to return to China, is it possible to prevent weather-related tragedies? In December 2020, the Chinese State Council announced for the first time that it would improve the work of weather control by 2025. The document released on the official website of the Chinese State Council states, by 2025, China will form a well-organized artificial weather work system that provides sophisticated services and strong protection, with a significantly enhanced capacity for comprehensive security risk prevention and a more optimized institutional mechanism and policy environment, to reach an area of more than 5.5 million square kilometers for artificial rainfall, snow, operations, and more than 580,000 square kilometers for artificial hail protection operations. By 2035, China's artificial weather business, technology, and service capabilities will meet the world's advanced level. While the science of weather manipulation remains to be researched, such statements have also raised growing concern in some Asian countries that the Chinese Communist Party's weather ambitions could disrupt the monsoons and regular rainfall that have fed these countries' populations for millennia. Throughout the 5,000 years of Chinese civilization, Chinese people have always been in awe of nature and the universe, such as heaven and earth, which is why Beijing has an exquisite and solemn heavenly altar. It was where the ancient Chinese paid reverence to heaven and the universe. There was also an old saying in Chinese folklore that human calculation is not as good as heaven's calculation. But the Communist Party, which believes humans are destined to triumph over heaven, does not want to admit this.